Hello, my sweet friend. It's Christina, and welcome to a new episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. My name is Cristina Revalo. I'm a sugar paste modeling artist, a teacher, a coach for cake artists, Cake Friends Day creative community manager, award-winning cake decorator, and representative of international cake competitions. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are a cake artist, a cake enthusiast, or a baker who is seeking some help in anything related to your time management, social media management, setting your goals for yourself or your business, your mindset towards your business, or even a few hints of how to be part of the international cake community, cake collaboration, and cake competitions, you are in the right place. So, welcome to today's episode. Well, hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Arcade Coach podcast. Christina here. I'm super happy to have you back. I'm super happy to be back. It's Tuesday morning, 9:24 here in Lisbon, Portugal, where I live. And yeah, I like to keep, like I said before, I like to keep episodes fresh and record them Tuesday morning. Today is the release of this episode because it's like we're talking live. It's like we are having a coffee. It's not what I would recommend to everyone. Just have a few episodes recorded and ready to post in case you need it. But when it's just me, I like to keep it fresh. And talking about being just me, I have to give the first shout out of the day to the people that reach out to my calling for being part of the RK Coach podcast. Last week on Cake Friends Stay Creative and on the RK Coach group, both on Facebook and also on Instagram, I posted an open letter, an open opportunity to anyone in the cake industry, cake artist, baker, cookie artist, home baker, business owner, not business owner, brand owner, anyone who would be interested in participating here in the podcast, just to give a message to the community, to give back to our community, and to tell your story that I'm sure is a very rich and enlightening story that can help many of other cake artists. So I post that next last week. A lot of people turned out. I'm so happy because a lot of you answered back and said, yes, I want to be part of this. Yes, I want to tell my story. Yes, I'm sure I have a lot to say about the business, about the community, about participating in awards, about all of the things that we talk about here. And I'm overwhelmed by the amount of answers. Thank you so much. I'm already talking to a few of you in order to be part of the RK Coach podcast. Super happy. And what's going to happen is some of you are going to be interviewed, some of you are going to record a message telling your story so we can talk about it here in the episode. And I will be, and some of you will be referred to in the episode with your accomplishment and the accomplishments and whatever it is that you want to share with our cake community. So thank you to everyone who answered back. Thank you for listening, especially for listening to the podcast and for wanting to be part of the podcast. There are so many beautiful stories, unknown and filled with knowledge, with richness, with takeaways that I want to open this podcast to as many cake artists as possible. As I have to say again, and I will say it every single episode, my mission is for our cake community to become strong, united, a positive experience for anyone, regardless their level of expertise. We are not leaving anyone behind, not under my watch. So, this is the build of a cake, a strong and a positive cake community for everyone. So, thank you guys for reaching out and for answering back to my calling. That was the first shout out of today. The second shout out is long overdue. I don't know why I haven't mentioned her before because she's amazing. And I'm sure you're listening. If you're not, I'm going to tell you to listen to this one. I want to give a big shout out to my friend, sweet friend Hanna. Hanna is the the brains, the heart, the everything behind the NICU mom. Momsco.org is an Instagram. You can find her at the NICU bench. She's running this nonprofit organization who's dedicated to help moms who have been through the NICU experience with their babies, and that they have been, um, I will say, marked by the experience, and they want to either go back to the labor to I mean go back to the to work, go back to putting themselves out there, to getting back to their business, or in whatever way. I mean, there's so many ways she's helping people. She's helping women that you have no idea. And we met is funny because we met through a challenge made by Jasmine Star, which I follow, I admire very much. And we met through that challenge because we had to make some comments on everybody else's post that was participating on the challenge. And I mean, instantly we knew that we could help each other. And it's funny because I mean, I bake cakes and she helps moms that have been to the NICU experience. And you will say, what is one thing had to do with the other? At the end of the day, we're supporting our communities, and we're working on getting a lot of projects done together. But she is doing so much for all of us because I'm not part of the experience of the NICU mom. I'm not an NICU mom, but um, she's even helping us. Everybody who's supporting her organizations is helping us with information about our business, with templates, with a lot of things. And I have to give a big shout out to her. And if you don't know her, and even if you don't know anyone who has been through an experience like that, or you're not a mom that has been to an ICU experience, or that you don't know anyone who has been through that, go there and support what she does because she is doing a lot, and is a nonprofit organization, and the amount of work that she's taking on by herself is just amazing. So I applaud you today. This episode is for you because today's episode is about a community, and who better than you to show what is to be there for your community. So let me just repeat. You can find her. I will leave in the links here, but you can find it at the NICU bench on Instagram. She's NICU mom friend. Her name is Hanna, and she provides content and support to NICU moms with momsco.org. You can find it all of that. Okay. Please give her some love. I mean, just go and share her post because she's amazing. You should do that. And last but not least, I have another big shout out that also, I don't know why I don't know why I haven't done it yet. And I know you're listening to, because I know you do listen to the episode. We don't know personally, but she's so lovely and supportive on Instagram with her comments towards the podcast. And her name is Tamara, and she has an Instagram account called at Divine Desserts by Tamara. I think you're in Florida, honey. If I'm not making a mistake, I don't think so. You are in Florida, and she's super sweet. She always give me beautiful feedbacks about the RK Coach podcast. Last one was, and I'm going to quote you: "I enjoy the podcast, and you gave great ways on showing your customer love. I have to remember their names when thanking them. That makes the difference. It does, sweetie. It does. So thank you so much for taking the time to write a comment. You have no idea how much this means to all of us who work here in the other side of the microphone. And it doesn't take a lot to do it, but it means a lot to us. So if you're there, if you're listening, if you like what you're listening, just tell me because I would love to know. And do the same for other people. If you see an account, a cake artist, something that you love, tell them. We love to know. So just tell them. So that's our shout outs for today. That was long but necessary. And now we can move on to our episode. Today is all about community. So stay tuned. My friends, Once I heard that the secret of wealth and happiness is to be a team player. Okay, really? Is that it? That is the secret of wealth and happiness? Funny. I will think like, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought the secret of wealth it was to save money, and the secret of happiness is just be happy all the time. Why a team player? It's funny. I heard this on a coaching event that I went to, and immediately my mind went to the groups that are run to Cake Friends Stay Creative, be more specific, and it's funny because in my life I always based my living in a different perspective, that you had to, do it by yourself, be very independent, very resourceful, don't count on anyone. It was some sort of like my upbringing was this way. I'm an only child, premature. My parents, I think I told my story before, but my parents, instead of overprotect me, decided to, you have to be as independent as you can be. So for years, for me, being a team player was not a thing. Belonging to a community was not a thing. And I have to be honest, everything changed when I lived in the United States. And I always say this to everyone: if you're listening from the States, I'm gonna tell you, even though in Latin America we're very community oriented, we love our neighbors. Our neighbors are like part of our family, but is a different sense of community. Is the sense of, I mean, everyone is too familiar. Is Latin American way of life, honey. And if you're Latin American and you're listening to this, you will understand. You know, your neighbors will leave the door open, and you could go in and out, and it's their family, right? In the United States, I lived a different experience, which was the experience of a community around, let's say, a topic or an interest. Either it could be a church, it could be a sport, it could be a hobby, but there was always a community to support whatever it is that you were doing. And when I saw that's one of the biggest takeaway I took from living in the United States, was this sense of community. And I'll always say this here in Lisbon and in Portugal, where I live, because Europe has a very different idea about United States. I'm not going to get into that today, but it does have a very different idea of what the United States is like. I don't know if it's based on movies or what, but I always tell them, the biggest treasure, for me, I mean, one of the biggest treasures they have is their sense of community. And I mean, you could have a support group for people who read backwards. I mean, you could have a support group in a community for anything. And that's when my perspective changed. I was around 16 years old. So I was always trying to look for my tribe, trying to look for my community. I try to do it wherever I lived. But of course, I mean, cultures are different, things are different. So it has been an ongoing experience that changed, of course. And I'm going to go back always to that. It changed when Cake Friends Stay Creative happened. So going back to the original thought, my perspective was different until I found my tribe, because unconsciously I was actually looking for my tribe, quote unquote. When I meant tribe, I meant people who were just like me. I mean, you want to be with people who think and have the same ideas. It's easier, it's good if you feel supported, right? So being part of a tribe and belonging to a community was, uh, I mean, has been what made us survive as a species for a long time. It's something innate in us, is something that is natural in us. Sadly, nowadays the world is growing in a way that is telling us, I'm not going to say it's telling us the opposite, but it's telling us a mixed message. In one hand, they want to separate us even more. When I say they, it's like, everything that's going on in the world, all the labels, in every way, in every single way, even in the cake world, people. And we're going to get to that in a second. Everything is about label and separate and categorize, but at the same time, and that's what I call it, a mixed message. But underneath is telling us, you have to be part of this micro tribe, that it's, these people with this label. And you know why? Because I think is, even though if we try to separate things, is in our nature to be a community, to be together, to find our tribe. And I'm not inventing this. There are studies about this. I'm not going to read you the studies, but there are studies about this. Men, I mean, humankind survived when they got together and they created a community, and they started thinking, okay, you have to do this, we have to do this, we have to function as a whole, as a group, right? So at the end of the day, is the way to grow, and is the way to experience life. Now, being a coach for cake artists, because you will say, Christina, well, what are you talking about today? What's wrong with you? Well, all of this big round that I'm going, the big idea that I'm going around is to go to the point that me being a coach for cake artists, I have to bring this tribe feeling into my community. And I do know what it means. I do know for fact, for the absolute fact, that it is true. Together, we achieve more, not only as a group, but as individuals. And let me rephrase that to you to see if you can understand it. When we're together, we achieve together, but individually, we grow exponentially. And you don't know it until you live it. And I have lived this with the groups, with Cake Friends Stay Created, and with everything else. Together, it sounds cliche when you say together we're stronger and we grow and learn, but it's true. Together we are stronger, we grow, we learn, but we learn as individuals, as being part of a community, and being there for the community, and being blended into a group of like-minded people, make us grow individually. And you have no idea how much. I mean, it's really amazing, because I look back and I take a look at what happened at me, Christina, 3 years ago, before Cake Friends Stay Creative. And now I'm a totally different person. Of course, there was a pandemic in the middle and a lot of things went on, but I am a totally different person. Um, let's stop and think for a moment. If I make you shine, I'll shine too. It's because, I mean, if I give you a spotlight, you will be forever thankful to me. Not that I want you to be thankful to me for life, but it's a feeling that comes back. It's a circle. It's something that recycles, because you would want to do that for another person as well, and you will shine as well. It is like, that theory of pay it forward. When somebody does a favor to you and you're like, oh, I have to pay you back. No, pay it forward. So it works as something like that. Everything you do for others will come back multiply. And I have thousands of stories about that. Um, in a group, let's talk just about Cake Friends Stay Creative. Cake Friends Stay Creative has not only helped people through the pandemic, but has put cake artists in the spotlight that would never ever had that opportunity being in other communities or not being part of a community. And nowadays they're not only shining, but they're helping other people to shine. And at the end of the day, that's what I want for everyone in the cake community. I'm so tired of listening of complaints about our cake world, and about how mean people are, and about how bad they've been treated by other cake artists. Nothing good comes out of that. And we are Cake Friends Stay Creative, and the Arcade Coach Group is the living proof that the opposite works. I know it all sounds very cliche, like, oh yeah, because you say, well, together, we're more together. We're so, together we can do more. But it's not. It's not. It is the absolute true. If you go back to episode 2 of the podcast, where I talk about how the Cake Friends Stay Creative started and everything else, you will know the background story. I'm not going to tell you again the background story. Go check episode 2 and give me a review there and share the episode. But if you want to know more about how the group was created, I tell all the story in the second episode of this podcast. Um, but like I said before, when I was talking to you, the thing is, what I see now of how of the ripple effect. Actually, I wanted to name this episode "The Ripple Effect." The ripple effect of what Cake Friends Stay Creative started. And I have to be absolutely honest. It started without thinking. I didn't know what I was doing. I never created even a group on Facebook. I didn't know what was that like. And I mean, there are jobs for cake, for cake now. There are jobs for online community administrators. And I was like, oh, that's a thing. I didn't know. I have no idea. But I knew we had to find a way to stick together and to stay creative and to be positive. And now, I mean, everything that that group has brought, not to me, because I mean, I could sit down for hours and telling you all of the good things that Cake Friends Take Creative did for me, but I'm the administrator and I work very hard to keep it going. But for the people who are part of the group, people are promoting their business, people are sharing the social media, which has grown because I mean, we not only share, we like each other's pages and we comment each other pages. People have become friends. People have had opportunities to participate in live events, to teach internationally, to teach online, to be judge of cake competitions, to find their peers, to go into international cake competitions, to learn, to showcase their work even locally. We have a big group of people from India and from Bangladesh that, thanks to the group, now they are more noticed in their communities, in their local communities, and because they are in Cake Friends Stay Creative. And we have this idea that when we create something and it's successful, it started with you know the idea of being big. It started with the idea of being, I'm creating the next big. I guess it's because nowadays everyone has the idea of saving the world, right? I'm going to create the app that's going to save the world. But funny enough, the things that you create out of just love and pure intention are the ones that grow and just are the ones that stay and that make the difference. Because in my head, I have this thing in my head. I had the idea that to become famous, quote unquote. I'm just doing it right now, air quotes. The idea of becoming famous, the idea of belonging to all this, it was a hard, long road, and I had to do something so big and so important and invest so much money so people will notice me. And actually, it was absolutely the opposite. It was just creating a group in my office to make people come together, and it happened. And I cannot repeat this enough. It not only happened for me, it happened for the members of the group. So I know it sounds cliche, but go check the episode to check why Cake Friends, or how Cake Friends Stay Creative started, and how much it has grown until today, and all of the things that we do and that I do, and how many people have been impacted by the influence of this group. And today's episode is brought to you by Saracino. Not only because I use their products, especially their sugar paste modeling products called Pasta Model, that I use for all my collaboration and competition pieces, but also with their free monthly magazine, We Love Pastry, a magazine filled with absolutely incredible, easy to follow, and unique tutorials created by very talented artists from around the world. We have interested interviews and blogs, and there are always ways to win products from the Saracino family. You can download it for free every month, and I will be leaving the links to their webpage so you can enjoy this great magazine every month. Thank you, Saracino, and thank you, We Love Pastry Monthly Magazine, for being part of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, so we have talked about being a team player, about being part of a tribe, about um, that we're stronger together, we shine. I mentioned about Cake Friends Stay Creative and how much that has changed not only me but the members of the group. And how being part of a community help us grow and shine together and individually. So let's go to the basics. Let's go to the point of this episode. The point of this episode is that we need to understand how important it is to have the right peers and to belong and participate on a K community. So let's go on that. The thing is, it is easier for us to do more things for others than for ourselves. I've been coaching. I've been coaching a lot of people. I've been talking to a lot of cake friends. I've been listening to the community, and there is a common denominator. I rather help others than help myself. I feel like I'm a good person if I sacrifice for others and I don't do things for me first. I give what I don't have to others, but I don't give to myself. Here's the thing. If this year has taught me something, is that in sometimes in life, not sometimes, but in life, you cannot give from an empty cup. You have to take care of you. You have to give yourself first. You have to put yourself first in order to give to others. And I think that has become my motto, my slogan this year. And I have seen it micro here in my house and my family and with my group of friends here. And I'm starting to see it in the big picture as well. Because if I'm good, if I am in the right place, I'm able to give you better and everybody else feels better. But since the rest of the world doesn't think that way, because I mean, there are a lot of things in stake. There's upbringings, there's ideas, there is a lot of things going on. So if you fall into the category of people that will sacrifice and put themselves first, then put others first and not yourself, a cake group, a community, any community, but of course we're talking about cakes. A group or a community for cake artists is the best place for you, because when you work in the community, but of course you have to participate and you do have to work. When you work in a community, you're part of the community and you want to give to others. You want to be there for others and you want to uh, make others shine. You're going to shine too, and eventually you're going to be filled back with a lot of goodness and a lot of good things coming back from that community. So that's one of the benefits of being part of a K community. You can use that as a leverage if you fall into the category of people who do more for others than for you. There is a catch. You need to participate and you do need to work consistently on the community. Whatever that means, it could be responding to a comment, answer back, eventually posting once a week, engaging with one post, whatever it means to you. Being there if there is an activity like a live demo or whatever it means to you, you have to participate. Okay, so that's one thing. Use that as leverage for you to grow. Now, if you fall into the other category where you think individually you can reach more and you're not there to waste your time, a K community is the best place for you, because together, if you have that force, if you have that intention that even by yourself you can do it, imagine what you can do with more people. It's going to be amazing. Believe me, been there, done that. You realize that all of that force that you're using on you, if you share it with more people, your growth is exponential. You have no idea. I mean, it does, it works. Believe me, it works. So, in both cases, we could use this in our advantage. I used to be in the second category where I thought I could do anything by myself. And I learned that I would learn more by helping me and help others as well. So, I've been in both cases and I know in both cases work. Another important thing about a community is your peers. So, let's talk about your peers. Think about this sentence: who you spend your time with is what you become. Okay, and how you behave in a K community will dictate your success. Okay, so let's talk about this sentence: who you spend time with is what you become. If I spend my time with negative people, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to be a negative person and I'm going to be down and blue and like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is worthless. And that is one of the things that I keep listening in archaic communities: complaints. Complaints about customers, complaints about prices, complaints about the economy, complaints about competition from other people, complaints about other cake artists that are mean to me, complaints about I don't know enough, I cannot afford to learn enough. Just complaints. And if you go, how many of you probably have stopped going into social media because you just can't take it anymore? We're fed up. We're fed up with the complaints. We're fed up with the negativity. We're fed up with, oh, here we go again. It's like, oh, because this doesn't work, this work. I know I don't have time. I can't. It's hard, right? We get so fed up that we just walk away and go, like, we walk away. We don't want to belong to that community. We don't want to be part of that so much that we just walk away. It's like our entire selves protect us. It's like, don't look at internet anymore. Don't look at social media anymore. Don't watch anything because it's just sad. Don't do it. That's not the community you want to be part of. That's not the peers you want to be with. You want to be with people that are as you or even better, because what you want is to learn from them. What you want is to listen to whatever they have to teach you, to their positive thoughts, to the idea of how much they have grown. I have to say that every time I do an interview in the podcast, every time I teach a class, every time I listen to other podcasts from other cake artists, there are many who have podcasts and you should go and listen to them. Uh, it's you listen and it's like, yeah, I feel the power, I feel the strength to do better, to learn from this. Oh, I learned so much from this person. This has been a positive hour in my life. That's what we want. That is the kind of people you should hang out with, not the complainers. You can love, I mean, I'm going to tell you something. You can love your family and friends, okay? And some of those friends can be part of the K community, yes. And you can love them as a person, but choose your peers to lift you up and empower you. Choose them. It's like, find these people who are there in the community and they are posting and they are commenting and they are positive and they are, lifting others. Talk to them. See what happens. Maybe you will become friends. I have found amazing and and, and powerful, I guess you say that, friends through the K community because I've been connecting with that energy. I've been connecting with the energy of I want people who lift me up. I have a question for you. If you're part of K Friends Stay Creative, if you have been for a while, you notice that there are no problems in Cake Friends Stay Creative. We don't have any problems. We don't have any issues. We don't have any fights. We don't have any bad comments. We don't have any backlashes. We don't have any bullying. We don't. We have never had one. 3 years and counting. And we never had once a problem like that. And do you know why is that? Because the energy that I put in that group is only positive. So do the math. You only attract what you put out there. And if you look for positive, positive will come. That's what you need. That's all. So the community that you're going to choose, the peers that you're going to choose, have to be a positive community. I'm not saying that just Cake Friends Stay Creative is a positive community. There are other cake communities, and I'm sure you have local cake communities wherever you live, or local groups if it's not for cakes, but if it's for something else that will help you grow, that will give you that positive vibe, that will empower you. Put yourself with those, surround yourself with those people. You have no idea how important that is for us to grow, right? So with this we cover two very important things: the importance of a K community, to have that support. And if you are in a K community where things are not the way that I'm describing it, move to another one, because that's not the one for you. Now if you feel comfortable in the complaining one, just stay there, because you're probably a complainer as well. If you want to change that, move to another one. It's up to you. You're the one who decide. But I want you to think and really, really believe of these words. Whoever you hang out with, whoever you spend your time with is what you become. So if you want to become successful, I'm sure you do. If you want to become a happy baker, a successful baker, a positive person, a person with the right mindset, that is what you have to look for in your peers in the cake community. If you want to avoid, don't focus, because I have heard so many very, very nice people that is just fed up and they just start complaining about everything that is wrong and I can't stand anymore. This community is not working. Don't complain. Just turn the page and look for another one. Don't engage and don't focus on what's wrong. Focus on finding what is right and go for that. If I can leave you, and that works for everything in life. But again, we're talking about our K community. I cannot reinforce this enough. It will make your life easier and it will make you live in a positive environment that, believe me, is going to make your business grow, is going to make you learn, is going to make you a better cake artist. With the cake community, opportunities grow, networking, investing in yourself, learning. Everything improves when you're part of a cake community and when you are surrounded by the best group of peers. Join a peer group with high standards or higher, even higher standards than yours. So you level up your game. Don't settle for comfort zones. Find a team that will challenge you and be challenged to participate actively in everything that they do. Get out of your comfort zone. We can learn so much from each other. That is the key of any community, and that is my mission, is to create a positive environment of a K community for everyone, regardless of the level of expertise, regardless of what they do. It is very important to it's very important to just put yourself in the right place so you can have the best outcome. And I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to belong to a good K community and to have the best peers surrounding you. So I have one call to action for you. I have one thing for you to do. Choose your team. Sit down. I want you to take a piece of paper and write down 2 or 3 people that empower you. It could be me, it could be anyone that you know. People that empower you in the K community, people that you admire, people that you look up to, even if you don't know them. Write down their names. And if you don't know them, work, because one day you will meet them. It happened to me. I admire so many people, and now I can call them friends. I could call them my peers. And send them a message. Send them a message on Instagram and tell them how much you admire them. You never know what can come out of that. I'm telling you, it does. It happens. So sit down with a piece of paper, choose your team, 2 or 3 people that you admire, that you look up to, or friends that really, really give you that positive vibe, that give you that strength to be better. If you know them, call them and thank them and tell them how important they are for you. If you don't know them, send them a message on their social media and tell them how much they mean to you. They tell them why they are important in your life and how they challenge you to be better. And if you don't have a team, if you don't have a peer group, if you don't have a cake community, I have two for you. I have Cake Friends Stay Creative and I have the Art Cake Coach. As you know, Cake Friends Stay Creative is a community builder. So it's all about sharing your work, your social media, your business, and being there for each other, support each other. If you are more inclined towards growing as a person, the Arcade Coach is the community for you, because it's just an extension of this podcast. In there, I always share things to help you manage your time, manage your social media, for your mindset, for your teaching, for setting your goals. So either community is there and it's open for you. I will be leaving the links here in today's episode. As your cake coach, I am here to help you. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey, to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. And that's it for today, my sweet friends. I really, really hope that today's episode make you understand the importance of being part of a community and choosing your peers to lift you up and to empower you. Um, do what I ask you. Take notes. Send that message. Talk to these people. Put yourself out there. You have no idea how rewarding it is and what marvelous results can come out of that. Hoping that you have a great week. Hoping that you, if you're not part of our cake community, to that you will be part of our cake community. Invite your friends. Make this community grow and make it bigger. I would love to see all of you there in Cake Friends Stay Creative, active and happy, and joining this positive cake community. And with this, I will say goodbye, as I always say goodbye, my friends. Sending you love, telling you that you have a very big support group here just for you. You're not alone. And as always, stay safe and stay creative. My sweet, sweet friend, if you liked this episode, if you love this podcast, I will kindly ask you to leave me a started review, whatever you're listening to this episode that is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and I think a couple of other ones. But in any of those, just leave me a review. Leave me a couple of stars or 5 stars if you like it. So people will find this episode, the algorithm would put it out there, and more of our K community will benefit from it. Share it with your friends. Download the episode and share them. Share them on your social media and tag me because I will answer you back. Of course I will. And send me comments, send me your review, send me your feedback. Even if you don't agree with anything that I say, I would love to hear your opinion. You can find me in any of my social media accounts. I will be leaving the links here on this episode description. I'm on Facebook as The Art Cake Experience. I am on Instagram at Christina_The Art Cake Experience. Or you can even find me on YouTube, my YouTube channel, The Art Cake Experience channel. So thank you so much for listening. And please leave me your review and leave me your comments and your feedback. I would love to hear what you have to say about any of this episode.